The message arrived on a Tuesday. Humanity had barely established its first interstellar colonies when the transmission cut through every communication channel on Earth. The translation was perfect, clinical, and terrifying. To the developing species of Sol 3, the Galactic Imperium requires tribute. 1,000 of your young will be collected within one standard rotation of your planet. Resistance is inadvisable. Compliance ensures continued autonomous development. Admiral Thomas Blake stood before the United Earth Council, his weathered face grim. They've done this before. Intelligence gathered from our deep space probe suggests at least 17 species have been harvested. For what purpose? Asked Councillor Raj. Unknown. The species either disappear entirely or become vassals within the Imperium. Blake's voice lowered. None have successfully resisted. Councillor Maria leaned forward. How advanced is their technology? Centuries beyond ours. Their ships can cross galaxies. Their weapons could likely sterilize our planet. The room fell silent. President Laura Wilson finally spoke, her voice steady. We've faced extinction before. Ice ages, plagues, nuclear standoffs, climate collapse. Each time, we survived through adaptation and resolve. She looked at each council member in turn. We will not surrender our children. The Imperium's envoy arrived the next day, a towering figure of metallic blue skin and 6 limbs. It spoke without emotion. Your tribute will be selected randomly. This is merciful. Some species foolishly offered their least desired populations. Its compound eyes reflected the horrified faces of Earth's representatives. The Imperium has stood for 50,000 years. You will comply. We wish to negotiate, President Wilson said. Negotiation implies equal standing, the envoy replied. You have none. When the envoy departed, Operation Leonidas began. Humanity had just 5 days. On the 5th day, a massive ship entered Earth orbit. It stretched 20 kilometers, eclipsing the sun over half the North American continent. Smaller craft descended toward major cities. They found them empty. Every human settlement on Earth appeared abandoned. The collection ships landed in vacant squares and parks. Imperial troops searched buildings and found nothing. No resistance, no humans, no tribute. The Imperium had never encountered this response. Their protocols required escalation. The first orbital strike hit the vacant United Nations headquarters in New York. The second obliterated the empty Forbidden City in Beijing. The third vaporized the deserted Kremlin. That's when the hills, plains, and oceans of Earth opened. 5 days was not enough time to build weapons that could challenge the Imperium. It was, however, enough time to implement plans that had existed since the Cold War, to move billions of people into hastily expanded underground bunkers and submarines that had been maintained for just such an existential threat. And it was enough time to repurpose Earth's entire nuclear arsenal. The attack came from everywhere at once. 10,000 missiles launched from hidden silos, submarine pens, and mobile platforms. Most were destroyed by Imperial defenses. Hundreds reached their target. The Imperial flagship shuddered as nuclear detonations bloomed across its hull. Its shields held, but energy readings fluctuated. In orbit, Earth's meager space forces executed suicide runs against the Imperial vessels, cargo ships laden with industrial explosives, satellites reprogrammed to become kinetic weapons, experimental military spacecraft on one-way missions. Fascinating, the Imperial commander noted as reports flooded in. No species has mounted such resistance in 8,000 years. Their technology is primitive, yet they employ it with remarkable effectiveness. A subordinate approached. Commander, we're detecting thousands of small spacecraft launching from the planet. Refugees? No, they appear to be piloted missiles aimed at our collection vessels and the warp gate. The commander's inner membranes contracted in an expression of surprise. They're sacrificing their escaped vessels as weapons? Illogical. On Earth, Admiral Blake watched from a bunker deep beneath the Rocky Mountains. Second wave launching now, he reported. The second wave wasn't aimed at the Imperial ships. Instead, 5,000 small craft accelerated toward Mars, Europa, Titan, and the other human outposts in the solar system. The Imperium noticed. They're evacuating their ruling class, the Imperial commander concluded. Predictable. But these weren't evacuation ships either. Each carried something far more valuable: data. The complete genetic sequence of every human on Earth. Cultural archives. Scientific knowledge. History. Art. Everything that made humanity what it was. And instructions for vengeance. The Imperium finally realized their miscalculation. This species wasn't surrendering. It wasn't even fighting to win. It was ensuring that even in defeat, the cost to the Imperium would be unbearable. Their tactics defy reason. The commander communicated to the Imperial capital. They sacrifice themselves to inflict minimal damage. They ensure information reaches their colonies, knowing we will find them. The message cut off as the flagship's primary reactor containment failed, not from damage, but from computer systems suddenly corrupted by Earth's last electronic offensive. President Wilson addressed the surviving humans from her command center. We may not see the end of this war, but we've shown the Imperium that Earth does not surrender its own. Each of us will fight until the last breath and beyond. The Imperium had never retreated from a collection before. They had never encountered a species willing to sacrifice everything rather than comply. Their protocols had no contingency for this level of resistance from a technologically inferior civilization. As the damaged Imperial fleet withdrew to regroup, humanity's diaspora spread outward, carrying with them a simple message to any world they reached. The Imperium came for Earth's children. Earth chose extinction over submission. If you receive this, know that humans would rather die on their feet than live on their knees. And know this, we are coming for the Imperium, not to defeat them, to end them. In the vastness of space, the seeds of humanity scattered like stars, each carrying the fire of a species that refused to be cattle, refused to be tribute, refused to be less than free. The Galactic Empire had demanded an offering. Earth had declared total war.